like the way God has woven your heart.
Yeah.
And now I'm beginning to understand how 51 years are so much ingrained in your entire being.
Yeah.
Looking at the book, 50 Years of God's Faithfulness, a journey of unfailing love and compassion.
Yes.
Looking at this book, it tells me the 51 years.
Yes.
You didn't add the 51 years. The number two, I'm not lying, he didn't put it's 50 years. You should get yourself a copy.
Yeah, because I published that book when I was celebrating my 50 years of the journey of
With
salvation.
Christ.
Yeah. That was last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
For those that shall be watching this after 3-5 years, that is 2024. Okay? Uncle Fred, you have gone a bit specific. You've raised some of the problems that the BATAATA actually face. You have raised the problem of the sexual drive.
Yeah.
And how you go to God and I'm assuming, and God helps you to calm it down. Maybe in the time of your wife not being around, or what are the other problems that the fathers meet, the BATAATA, that you relate with in these past 50 years, and how you actually walk with God, like you're saying is the foundation for you.
Yeah.
Just mention 3 of those that bother the BATAATA, and at some point, please talk to them how they can actually heal them.
You know, the pressures of life. Pressures of life. When you think of a father in a home is provider, protector. That's very important, because the way we grew up is we looked at our father as the one who is a role model, you know?
Yes, yes.
Is a role model. And it's a person who cares for the family in terms of providing, you know, the needs of the family. That's the traditional role of the father.
Yes. Where,
you know, he would provide the school fees for us to go to school, provide our mothers, you know, with the things that they need.
Yes.
You know, so that's the traditional role of the father. Of course, in the modern era now, things have changed, because sometimes you may find a man who is out of a job. And if a man is out of a job, it means he can't provide for his family. And if he has a wife who is working, then now he has a problem how does he relate with his wife now? If the wife is working, and even if she, for instance, she earns better pay than him, he might not be out of a job, but the wife might be better paid by the man, than the man. Then you have a situation where a man actually loses his job, and it's the wife that he has to depend on. So instead of him providing, you know, for the needs of the home, the wife is providing. And now the question arises, so who is the head in the home?
Big question.
Who is the head?
Question.
Yes. Who is the head? And God created us in the way that we all have different roles. We have different roles. A man was created to be the head of the home. And the Bible tells us that the man is the head of the woman, and Christ is the head of the man. So a man is supposed to submit to Christ, and then he should love his wife. You know, the problems that we have as men generally, as I said, where you have a challenge of financial
consistency of flow.
Lack of finances.
Yes.
If you're a man and you don't have the money to do the things that you want to do, it can be a challenge. Very, very serious challenge. And if you are not able to provide for your family, you get very discouraged. And because a man was created to be the leader, if you are in a home, if a man is in a home and the woman doesn't submit to the authority of the man, there's already a problem, you know. But now a man is not supposed to be a dictator in a home, that you dictate everything. You are a leader. And a leader doesn't have to be a dictator. The leader is one who is the one who gives guidance, who gives the vision to the rest so that you can move in a particular direction, you know. So the man is the one who should have a vision for the family. Now you will have a vision for the family and know how to take your family to achieve whatever needs to be achieved. Now, it may not be you having all that money. You may find that your wife earns more than you, but you have that vision, and what the wife has and what you have together are family resources. So it's a question of how do you use your resources to achieve the vision. Now, that is a problem. In many homes, that is a big problem. And, you know, you'll find men struggle because, one, a man may not have the resources, the financial resources. A man may be out of a job, so he can't provide. And already his self-esteem has, you know, it goes down. Issue of self-esteem is critical. Very, very critical. So all the problems that we look at, you know, the issue of leadership, the issue of self-esteem is critical, you know.
Uncle Fred, you're raising these aspects, these actual problems. For example, there's a friend of mine, and I've hosted some of these friends at my place, whose marriages have gone down.
Yeah.
One, the wife was doing well. And because the gentleman struggled financially for a long time, he didn't come through. Now you're addressing that issue. You're raising those actual problems. Could you give us a specific example of how, if you have ever gone through a struggle with your life in terms of work? But before we go that, I want my friends here, the BATAATA, to know that Uncle Fred has had a very long working experience. Run us through some of your work. The time that you started working, where you worked before. I know you've been out in West Africa.
Maybe we'll do that after the break.
After the break?
Yes.
Oh, he's tired. Should you allow him to rest? Okay. Let's go for our break. Our sponsor, thank you very much for assisting us. Yes, and we are going to discuss to you about WAVA. I'll tell you about Apple, how it makes sense. And our sponsors, these things, when our people are drinking this apple, they need to read this book. They need to understand that God has assisted this gentleman and his family for the past 50 years. So it is not in vain. We are appreciating you so much. God bless you. Amen.